Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. So today I'm going to give you a look inside my gear bag for 2020. Let's get into it. So first things first, the bag. This is a former bag. I started using this year, and as you can see it's absolutely massive. So it's great for just fitting all your stuff in, at races, at training, anything you want goes in it, keeps it all organised. So let's start first with the boots. This year I'm using the former Predator 2.0s. These things look absolutely sick. This year I got to use the yellow fluo colourway. I just think it looks sick with the blue. It goes really nice with my red beater, and I think it looks sick. It's like 3 years been using these boots now, so really stoked on them. They give you great support when you're riding, and they're not too expensive, so they're a great addition. So next up, helmet and neck brace. Now, I'm a big fan of a neck brace. I've been using one for years now, and I think I'd really struggle to ride without one. Last year I actually started using the Ultima ONB neck brace, and this thing's actually sick. It looks like really minimal. If you see it from outside, you know, it looks really minimal, but the plastic it's made out of is insane. It actually like molds to any shape, and it actually keeps the shape, so that's really cool. It's really comfortable, lightweight, and you barely notice it, which is really important. Obviously with enduro we do long races, so it's really important that it's really minimal, so that's really cool. And then the helmet. This year I started using the Aero Aviator 2.3 helmet. This thing is sick. I think you'll agree that it just looks insane. I love the colourway. Goes sick with the boots this year. I absolutely love it. And the main thing is it's so light. Like, this thing is insane light. You know, for an enduro long race, this will really save on weight, and it'll be really comfortable. So that thing I think will be sick. So next thing, goggles. Now this is maybe one of the most important parts of my gear bag. I'm so picky about my goggles, and I actually really organised, believe it or not, with my goggles. So if we open this bag up, you'll see that I got, like, first of all, this is to clean the goggles, and also to go on the podium as well. You know, hopefully if we have a good result, at the end of the race we can put it on the neck. The goggles, I like to have quite a big selection really. We do enduro, so we don't know what terrain we're going to get, we don't know what weather we're going to get. We go to a lot of different countries, so I like to have a big selection. So you can see in there, you got a couple of roll-offs, a couple of clear lenses, a couple of tinted lenses. I think these are my favourite colourway this year. These things look absolutely sick. I really like them with my new Aero helmet, and the roll-offs as well. These are really good. The 50mm rolls on these, so just insane vision. And the goggles are really good, you know. So been with Scott for 2 years now, and it's been really cool. So yeah, stoked to continue with those guys. So the body armor I'm using this year. Now I started working with Ultima a few years ago, German company for protection. And this is the new body armor they got this year. Previously they had a plastic front chest plate, but this is the new soft one. This is actually level 2, whereas the previous one was only level 1. So this is level 2. You got no worries about being certified. And the back plate, I actually use the biggest one they do, and plus a kidney belt. Now I don't like bulky protection, but I like to feel protected when I'm riding, you know. We race at World Championship level, you know, we've got the high risk of crashing, and if we crash, we're crashing normally quite fast, you know. So I don't like bulky protection, but I like to feel protected. And this thing is so comfy. The material it's actually made out of, it's a soft padded material, but when you crash or if you have an impact, it goes hard immediately, you know. So it's really lightweight, really comfortable, but when you have a crash, you know it's going to protect you. So that is really cool. So in my gear bag, I actually like to have everything all in bags, all organised. I'm a big fan of organisation in my gear bag, just so when I'm at the races I don't lose anything, or I haven't forgotten anything. So in my knee braces, I've got them in its own little Ultima bag. Open that up. And these are knee braces I'm using. These are quite famous, I think. Ultima K-Com knee braces. These things are sick. Customised to my leg. These are a perfect fit to my leg, you know, they wouldn't really fit anyone else. Carbon fibre all the way around. This year they've got this new plate on the top, so when you actually bend your knee, you see that covers all of the gap, like over your knee. I've obviously got quite long legs, and I've had a few problems in the past where I've caught my handlebar on the top of my knee and it really hurts. So that's been a great addition this year, and these things are sick. The amount of impacts I've had with my leg and stuff with these, I never had a problem with a knee injury. So these things are so comfy, so lightweight, so breathable, and I think the best protection on the market. So yeah, these are probably one of the best things I've got in my gear bag. And then a new addition to my gear bag for 2020, unfortunately, is this little bad boy. This is a wrist brace from Ultima. Again, it's personalised to my wrist. It slots into your wrist like that. That goes around your wrist. Your 2 fingers go through there. Really lightweight, really breathable, but it's actually really unnoticeable when you're riding it. So during 6 days last year, I actually crashed and broke my arm, and I was having a bit of trouble with strength and confidence in my wrist. So I went and picked this up in Germany at the start of the year, and I don't think I'd be riding without it. So that thing's really cool and a lifesaver. So some more stuff to go in my knee braces. These are the socks I like to use. These are Forma socks. They're actually compression socks. Now these things are sick. Not only do you not sweat as much in these, but they actually give you compression in your feet and then your calf muscles. And we've all had calf muscle cramps, and that's something you really don't want. So these things are really good to help fight against that, and obviously stop your feet from sweating. So these are really comfy. And then some more protection from Ultima. These are the padded shorts I like to use. Now these things are sick. I only got them a few months ago. I started using them at the start of the year, but these things are so comfy. You don't even notice you're wearing them when you're riding. I don't know if you can see that down in size, but this is all a padded material, like with the body armour. Really soft, but as soon as you take an impact or as soon as you crash, that goes hard immediately to protect your hips when you crash. And then in the back, they've actually got a coccyx protector. Now I haven't seen this in many other padded shorts, but you don't realise it's there until you need it. So these things are really cool. They're like a lycra material, so they stop you from sweating as much. Really breathable, really comfy, love them. And in this smaller bag as well, I also like to keep all my spare helmet liners. Normally I take 1 in the helmet and a spare 2 or 3, just because whenever we go to an Enduro GP race, we've obviously got the training area, the super test. Super test is 2 minutes, but you wouldn't not believe how much you sweat in all that pressure. And then you've obviously got Saturday and Sunday race, so I like to take 2 or 3 spare just in case. And then the gear we're using this year, now we're actually using a beta gear this year. I'm really into the red and blue colorway. I really like how it looks. I think it goes really cool with the bike. And it's actually so breathable. It's full of air vents, so it's really breathable, really comfy, and really lightweight, which is really important for enduro. So let me know what you guys think. Let me know in the comments. But I think it looks really cool. So the shirt we're using this year. Now this thing is really cool. Again, it's a beta shirt, but this thing I think looks absolutely insane. What do you guys think? Really proud to have my own logo on it this year. I think that's really cool. Got my signature number 12 on the back, stoked on that. But yeah, this thing is sick. So lightweight, so breathable. I don't know if you guys can see that, but it's full of air vents. Really important. Obviously in the World Championship we race in places like Portugal, Greece. You know, these countries get so hot. Last year I think it was touching 50 degrees, you know, in Greece. So really important to stay cool, and this is a big part of that. So yeah, stoked on this. At the other end of the scale to my race shirt is actually the Enduro jacket. Now I take this thing everywhere, training, races, everywhere. You know, sometimes we go to really hot countries, but other countries we go to, it's really cold, and you really do need an Enduro jacket. Now this thing's cool because you can actually unzip the sleeves off it and it comes into a body warmer. It's got some good pockets in the front for all your stuff. It looks really cool. I take it with me everywhere. Hopefully I can use it in a race soon. And then some of the other stuff, my gloves, I like to keep them in the end just a bit separate from everything else. Obviously got my Scott gloves in there. These things are so lightweight, and I think if we ever went to a hot country they'd be really sick. So really looking forward to try them. And I always take a lot of gloves with me. I'm really picky about gloves, and I hate getting blisters, so I always like to take a lot of gloves with me. If ever they get wet or I start sweating, I'll change them immediately. So take a lot of gloves with you. And then in this side of the bag, just for security, I actually like to take a lot of boot spares. It might seem a bit weird, but you never know what's going to happen. In Enduro we race for a long time, like 7-8 hours, and you never know what's going to happen. So I always take 2 pairs of boots with me for the first off. But I always like to take a lot of spares as well, just in case I ever break a buckle or I ever break a clip. I've always got some of my gear bag ready for the next day, so that's really important. And then the most important thing of all my gear bag is the last thing I'm going to show you, and that is the stash of ibuprofen and paracetamol I keep in the front pocket. You never know when you're going to need them. Hopefully you never will, but there's been a few times in my career that I've had to rely on them a few days, so they're really important. But if ever I need a bit of pain relief, always got them to count on. So guys, thank you very much for watching. I hope you liked it. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. See ya!